Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a really quick everyday makeup look for dark skin, and yeah, just we'll get straight into it. The first product I'm going to be using is the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base. I actually used this primer on my wedding day and it worked really good. It feels really smooth on the skin and it doesn't, some primers leave that like residue on your skin and you don't really want that if you want a really smooth finish. Right, so the next product I'm going to use is the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and this is, I don't know what shade it is, but it's part of their color correcting range. So I'm just going to use this because, as you can see, around my eyes and around my mouth I've got a bit of hyperpigmentation. I just like to get rid of before I start my foundation. The next thing I'm going to use for all of my, whenever I'm blending anything in with my skin, I'll spray a bit of the Urban Decay All Nighter fixing spray, because I just feel like layers of fixing spray work a bit better than just doing one spray at the end. So now the colour correcting is done, I'm going to go in with two foundations. The Too Faced Born This Way, I don't know if you can see that. This is a medium to full coverage and I use the shade Sable, and I also mix it with the Sleek Life Proof foundation in the shade LP20. I just really like the consistency of the Sleek Life Proof, and the Born This Way, the Too Faced Born This Way is just, it just gives your face a really beautiful finish. So that's why I use the two of them. Okay, so on to concealer. I feel like I do my makeup in such a weird order. Maybe it's not the way everyone does theirs, but this is what works for me. I'm also going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way Multi Sculpt Concealer, and this is in Toffee. I used to do a really bright under eye concealer, but now I've kind of moved away from that because I just don't feel like it's a workable look. And also, I'm sure other people have been victim to this, but flashback in photos, like things can look one way to your eye and then you see it on camera and you just think, what the hell was all over my face? Then I am going to go in with Makeup's Revolution Conceal and Define. This is a really good affordable concealer. I'm using the shade C12 just to highlight a tiny bit. Then I also put some on my eyelids just to start prepping my eyes for eyeshadow and to take away any remaining darkness. So I like to let my concealer sit for a bit, just because I prefer how to blend it out when it's been on your face for a little bit. So the next thing I do is start going in with my lips. And I look absolutely crazy right now, but just trust me, trust in the process please, it does work. I'm just going to rub off my lips because before I start my makeup I always put some Vaseline on my lips. So I'm going to go for a really neutral look. This is Primark's Lip Fix. It's a matte lasting liquid lipstick, and I'm just going to use this as a base. I just want to lighten up the colour of my lips. It's not really, this isn't really going to be seen that much. It's just more for effect. Then I'm going to use Sleek's Locked Up waterproof lip liner. After that, I'm going to use Makeup Revolution Pro's lipstick in the shade Cashmere. Then I'm going to use some gloss that I love. This is L'Oreal Paris lip gloss, and it's in the shade Dazzle. Ever since I bought this, I've just been using it absolutely non-stop. It's just a really neutral lip colour, I feel like. So, using the same brush that I did my foundation with, I am going to spray it a bit first with the Urban Decay All Nighter spray, and now I'm going to start blending out my concealer. I do take my blending of this concealer quite high up because it just helps for when I'm going to fill in my brows. There's not like a difference. There's not a difference in the shade. I mean, everything just blends in better. The area around my brows is already highlighted before, and I am going to be using the Huda Beauty Kunafa powder. This is a really nice banana-y coloured powder for dark skin, and I just feel like it holds the colour. So there are some that I've used that are described as that, but when you use them they just come out more white, but this is really, really true to colour. So I'm just going to bake everywhere that I put the concealer. Then I'm going to leave my face to bake, and I will begin with my eye. The palette I'm going to use is Revolution Reloaded Iconic Division from Makeup Revolution. And this is, I've had this for a while. The colours look like this. So it's a really neutral palette that is just easy to work with. If I was to wear makeup for work, I would reach to this quite a lot because the colours are just so muted, and at weekends a lot I use this too. So I'm just going to be taking one of the browns and buffing it in all over my lid, and I'm going to take it quite high into the crease as well. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually take a pair of lashes. These lashes are a little creation by me, so I buy these off Amazon. I'll leave the link below if I can find the link that I normally use for them. And then I've also got some old Lily lashes, and I've just glued them together, and that's what I'm going to be using today. When my lashes get old, I like putting two pairs together because it just extends the wear out of them. But the Lily lashes are absolutely amazing. I use the Lily lashes in Miami. I can't remember, it's not Miami Extreme, but it's the amped up version of the Miami lash, and I use them on my wedding day and all throughout my honeymoon. And they were just amazing. Like, obviously you do need to clean them after use and peel off any excess glue when you've taken them off, but they really do last a while if you look after them. The next thing I'm going to do, so my eyelashes are drying, and I'm going to take this Collection waterproof fast stroke eyeliner and just give myself a really simple wing. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Gel waterproof liner in my lower lash line. And then I just kind of connect up the liner to my wing. Okay, so eyeliner on. I'm going to put my lashes on now. Right, I've been baking for absolutely ages, but I'm still going to leave it on a little bit longer, just while I do my cream contour. So today what I'm going to be using is the Huda Beauty, and this is their Tantour in Rich. In between where I put the, where I'm baking and the reverse contour, I'm going to apply this. And you want to blend your contour upwards so that, as I said earlier, you don't want you want your face to be snatched. You just don't want a big muddy mess pulling down your face. It is so dark outside, please excuse my lighting. I'm definitely going to start these tutorials earlier because we have such short daylight hours during the winter months. Right, so now that is done, I am going to take the NYX 3 Steps to Sculpt, and the highlighter shades are just so much better for my complexion. But I'm going to take a teeny bit of the darker shade because it comes out very dark. I don't even use this for contour on my nose because it's too much. So I'm taking that, and I'm going to, you don't need to set this Huda Tantour, but I do just like to cool it down a teensy bit because it's quite red. Okay, and now that's blended out, I can sweep off my bake. When you're sweeping off the excess powder, it sounds really silly, but you want to actually use a little bit of powder to sweep off the powder, because otherwise you're just like pulling the product too harshly off your face. So I'm going to take a tiny bit of the Huda Beauty Kunafa powder, tap off the excess, and then I will be sweeping off my baking powder. Okay, so that is what it is looking like at the moment. The next thing I'm going to do is take my MAC Dark Deep Mineralized Skin Finish and put it all over my face. I'm going to go with my eyebrows next, so I'm just going to take a brow gel, and the things I have to do to get my eyebrows to a decent being is I need to get microblading or something because my eyebrows don't grow fully, and then around my ends I just get a lot of tiny hairs, so I just shave it off, which is so old school, and I do need to think of something else, but it is what it is. Then I'm going to go in with W7's Bow to the Brown, and this is in dark brown. And then I actually just take a dark brown eyeliner and start creating the tail. Right, now my brows are done, I am going to just go back and do any final step. I'm going to use a sleek powder. This is their pressed powder. It's really old, everything's rubbed off it, but I'm going to use this to contour my nose because I just love the colour of it. Right, what I will do is put on a little bit of blush, so I'm going to be using a Primark Beauty. Set my whole face now, just with the Urban Decay All Lighter. And then I've also started using recently the Maybelline Dream Satin Mist. Right, and while my face is like still a little bit damp from the setting powder, I'm going to put on some highlight, and I will be using the NYX 3 Steps to Sculpt. And I'm just kind of just going over my whole face to make sure that everything kind of matches and there aren't any bits that look crazy. Guys, thank you so much for watching if you got to the end with me. As I said, it's just a really simple look that I feel like regardless of your makeup skills, mine are definitely not amazing, but you know, you can whack this on and you will look presentable and stylish for wherever you're going. And as I said, there's a mixture of high-end and drugstore products, just things that I feel like are really effective for having this outcome. So if you enjoyed it, then please don't forget to subscribe. I will be putting out more content based on beauty, fashion, skincare, and just my life. So yeah, hopefully you will join me for another video. Bye guys.